Good morning, Karoo. It is the morning of March 20th. Happy birthday to me. Woohoo! And this is a report on what we did on March 19th. And actually, I'm going to throw in something that happened this morning just as a bonus for this video. Anyway, yesterday we kept busy. We did a lot of cleaning. And actually, I'm going to talk specifically about some of the cleaning because there was some stuff that was kind of big projects. So I mentioned, I think, the previous video that Sarah had started cleaning the white sofa, which I'm looking at right over there. And she finished that yesterday. She specifically asked me to mention that in this video because she was very pleased with it. And as she said, it looks like a different sofa when it's not all grungy. I mean, it's used, but it was good. So she cleaned the sofa. She and I spent probably over an hour cleaning the oven. And, we cleaned all the exterior surfaces, but the doors of the oven have two glass plates and you can disassemble it. And there was just stuff between the glass plates. And so we did that. We cleaned all of those. So the oven looks much better, which makes us happy. In addition, actually the big job that I did yesterday was I pressure washed the deck and the stairs. And you remember in the previous video I talked about getting some of the stuff we got included a hose so that I could actually use the pressure washer. And the pressure washer worked great. It was one of the most satisfying jobs I've done since we've been here. And I don't think I've ever pressure washed anything before, especially anything that was that dirty. And so the problem with the steps and the deck was that it just was slimy, right? It had kind of a green slime over it. And so it was really slippery, which was why I got that traction tape as well, which I didn't put on yesterday because it wasn't dry. So the process of cleaning that was just so satisfying. It did such a great job. And it's so obvious as you're doing it where you've cleaned and where you haven't. So yeah, that was actually super fun. It took a couple hours, if I didn't say that already. Not an hour after I finished washing. The one thing was I discovered because of that there's a drain in the back cemented area there. It's not really a patio, but outside the back door. And I'm not sure if it's a French drain. I think it's sort of a French drain, but I'm not sure. It could actually be leading to some kind of wastewater sewer system, but it was not draining. And I did try to clean it out, and there was a ton of sediment in the top of it, and I dug out all the sediment, and then there's kind of gravel as you get deeper down in it, but it still didn't seem to be draining much better after I even got all the sediment out of it. So I'll have to take a further look at that. Sarah also went out and she found some herbicide that was in our back in the shed, and she actually used it on the grass on the walls to try to knock that down, and didn't have enough to get everything, but we'll pick up some more of that. I think that's most of what we did. The contractors were here working on the bathrooms, and if the previous video showed that house turning into a construction site, it's much more of that now because they brought in even more supplies, but they made some good progress on the back upstairs bathroom, which is good. Some footage here of that. Actually, it's funny because they've been taking away little bits of garbage every day that they can get in the van, and there's a couple dressers and end tables that they took, but we had 3 end tables, and they decided to use 2 of those end tables as sawhorses upstairs, which I thought was really funny. So yeah, they're using those upstairs now as for construction accoutrements. Anyway, good progress there. The last thing that we achieved, actually, I discovered this morning that Google accepted our claim of Isran, the business. So we now have control over that theoretically, although I went in and looked at it, and it looked like none of the changes I had made had been propagated into the system yet. And when I tried to make them, it just went into, this mode where it didn't look like it was accepting them. We'll figure it out. But yesterday, at the end of the day, we went to a party in Bethesda with a bunch of Baha'is, which was really fun. Actually, our friend Jean picked us up and took us there, which was also really fun, riding with her and getting a chat with her in the car. Met some really nice people, and it was chaotic. There were a bunch of kids there. I just really enjoyed it. Lastly, Sarah has a friend who's an author, lovely woman who actually got her involved in NINC, the professional organization that she's now helps plan the conference, and actually I think she's one of the membership coordinators for it. Her friend Deborah sent her flowers yesterday, which was really, really sweet. And it's a little embarrassing because now Deborah has sent Sarah flowers more than I have sent Sarah flowers. So I don't know if that says something about me. It probably does. Actually, it definitely does. But we're not going to go into that. So that's progress for today. That's our story. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. See you tomorrow.